middle of a meeting. I was walking by Chad's room and Dave Adwal's room, and they were watching it, so I snuck in there really quick for a couple minutes. And yesterday we got up a little early. I don't know if 8:30 is early, really, but I got home and got to watch a little bit of them, so that was really nice.
What's it like for you to be back and in the mix?
Oh, it's great. I really miss playing football. Mostly I just miss the camaraderie, I feel like. When you're hurt, you're not playing, you have to sit out. You don't get to play with your friends. These guys are your best friends, your teammates, guys you work all year with to achieve your goals. And not being a part of that really hurts sometimes when you're out.
How much did it bother you down the stretch last season, having to watch and not being in there and part of it?
The thing that bothered me was I felt like I was hanging my teammates out to dry. I know we played a lot of up-tempo teams, and you need depth against those teams. You can't expect 4 or 5 guys to go out there and play every snap against a team that's snapping the ball every 15 seconds. So I felt like I could have done more. I felt like I was kind of hanging them out to dry, for lack of a better term, out there. So that could kind of hurt pretty bad.
You were saying at the lineman camp that you felt like you were healthy and ready to go. Are you able to assess it better that you're actually going against people now?
Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for a 300-pound man trying to block you. So it took a couple of days to get back in the swing of things. But, yeah, I feel great. I feel 100%. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Everything's going great.
How about the depth as it stands now? They're talking about rolling lines in there.
You know what? I'll let Coach Madison, Coach Harbaugh talk about the depth chart. It's not really my place to know and talk about it.
Harbaugh was saying that Michael Onwenu is possibly his favorite player on the team, or favorite of the freshmen, that he's doing stuff both ways. So you're going against him and working with him?
Yeah, he's a mountain of a man, you know. He's a big guy. When he was playing defense and giving us looks as an offensive guard and individual, you're just like, this kid is huge. And he picks up on everything really quickly. You know, if you can play offensive and defensive line, both as a true freshman and you're rolling through, depending on the day, whichever side of the ball they want you to play, that's pretty impressive.
You have to guess how much would you say he actually weighs?
I think the most recent weigh-in was about 375. So I think that's heaviest on the team by about 25 pounds or 50 pounds. That's a pretty wide margin on a college football team.
You still can move that. You still can move well at that size.
Yeah, he moves extremely well for a guy who's the biggest guy on our team. That's pretty impressive.
You said earlier you felt like you could have done more last November. I mean, medically you weren't allowed to play, right?
No, I wasn't. I mean, it's just the feeling like I wish I were out there with my guys, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. It was just a weird feeling, like me sitting at home when I've traveled basically every game since my redshirt year, and watching on a couch instead of being there. It was just a little strange.
Does that make you reassess things when you're coming back into the season?
Yeah, it makes you think like this game does end, and having it taken away so abruptly. Like if I were a true senior or something, that could have been my last game against Rutgers. So it kind of makes you take every day and cherish it, especially when you get to play football, and not take the days for granted.
Your reaction?
What was the rehabilitation period like for you, recovery period like for you?
I spent 6 weeks in an immobilizer, just a little wedge thing right here to keep it still, to let it heal. But our strength training staff and our athletic training staff was great, especially Jason Williams, Michigan grad. He took probably about an hour out of his day every day to work with me. For God knows how long, probably like 10 weeks straight. So that was great. They did a great job. I'm really appreciative of the strength coaches and the athletic training staff for that.
What's your reaction to the new boss on defense and what he brings to the table?
Coach Brown, he's a man. He's awesome. It's a little different being coached by him. He's not as big a screamer as our pass defensive coordinator, but he gets the point across. And he's a great guy. His defense is awesome. We're excited playing it this year.
Ryan, with the sheer numbers you guys have on the defensive line, do you feel like you're better equipped if someone were to get hurt, or if multiple someone's were to get hurt this year? You guys have more depth, it seems.
Coach Madison always says you earn the right to rotate. And as of now, I'm not sure how many people he sees rotating in. It could be 8, could be 9, could be 7. So it depends how many people earn that right. And based on that, how equipped we'll be when someone goes down, or if someone goes down, we'll see based on the end of camp.
We've heard that Chris can move inside and outside. He has that ability. Are other people playing multiple spots, or most of you guys just kind of set where you are?
The expectation isn't to learn only one position in our room. If you play nose, you're supposed to learn 3. If you play 3, you're supposed to learn nose. Chris is a little different because he's big enough to play inside and outside. So I'm pretty sure Chris probably knows all 4 positions of the defensive line. If you play anchor, you're supposed to know end, or vice versa. So I'm pretty sure everyone could double up at positions if needed. A few mistakes might be made mentally, errors, you don't get the reps at that position all the time. But I'm pretty sure everyone could at least play 2 positions in our D-line.
Ryan, did you lose a tooth?
Yeah, I did.
What happened?
Long
Hockey
story.
now or what?
Got it knocked out when I was really little. So, and then last camp I caught so we put it back in. Last camp I caught an elbow when we were just doing a walkthrough. And I was like, wow, this thing's actually loose. Like, this boy might fall out, bite the dust anytime. So then after last season, I was like, okay, this thing has to come out. Scheduled the time this summer, got it taken out, got a little procedure done. So after the season, I'll have a permanent one screwed in, and it'll be all better.
You like it? Like the look of just one missing one there?
At first, I didn't like it at all. I have a fake tooth. Left it at the dorm today. So,
Fun to mess with people with.
yeah, I mean, I've done that a couple times. When I first lost it, I'd go and walk through, someone would hit me, brushing by, I'd pop it out. Look what you just did.
Have you ever?
You lost it when you were little. Did that involve one of your brothers?
Yeah, Jordan, actually.
Yeah, what'd he do?
We're racing around the cul-de-sac on a bike. Jordan's still really little on his training wheels on. Throws on the brakes. I flip over his bike, land on my face, knock out my tooth. So, yeah, that was Jordan's fault. Still very traumatic to this day.
You're gonna get him back at some point.
Yeah.
You ever played any hockey? You got the
Roller
look.
hockey back in the day. I was a young prodigy, not a lot of ice hockey teams in the middle of Illinois, but it would have been a great sport to play, exciting sport.
Does Graham really call you young two-foot?